please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Best variable industry which you have, given now that the MSP and the rural effect will also kick in after a very strong monsoon. So we continue to be overweight Maruti, Mahindra, Ashok Leyland, and the dark horses are the two-wheelers. So Bajaj Auto and Hero MotoCorp could be the relative dark horses in the next 6 months.
I think it's going to be pretty strong this time, Prashant, given that we are coming off a quarter on a year-on-year basis where you had a demon issue actually last year. So there's going to be strong growth coming in. So our coverage universe is likely to grow at around 22%, whereas the Nifty growth itself is going to be around 17% in terms of profit. Similarly, on the top line also, I think 13 to 14% kind of a growth is what we are projecting. So I think on a Y-on-Y basis, I think it's going to be pretty strong. We also continue to favor the large caps only. Obviously, they have an advantage.
Okay, so strong Q1 earnings expected on a YY basis given the GST impact, etc. But we kickstart the earnings season with Dish TV today. What are the expectations? Mangalam, tell us more.
I'll tell you what, Anisha consolidated itself with Videocon's D2H business. So YOY, the numbers will not be comparable unless the company gives comparable results. So some analysts have pegged the QOQ sort of numbers or estimates that they have. Suffice to say that this is Edelweiss's estimate, so we have to work with a lot more what the street is believing. This is just the one number that we have: 2% revenue growth, EBITDA growth of 10%, margin seen at 28%, and the net profit, that one is likely to come at around 5.4 crores. Again, this is Edelweiss's estimate. So that is something we will have to watch out for. Remember, the most important thing for Dish TV to watch out for quarter on quarter as well as going forward is what kind of margins they do going forward. The company has said, put a number of close to 510 crores in terms of synergy benefits come by in FY19 itself. So that is something we will be watching out for. What kind of subscriber additions that they have, what kind of average revenues per user do they make, and what will they do going forward to tackle with the competition that there will be in this space. More than just the numbers, the qualitative commentary for Dish TV will be more important. Remember, the stock is down from its record high. The open offer is over. So going forward, what they do qualitatively, what they do in terms of operational benefits, and does the synergy of costs come by or no? The management has put a number to that. Let's see whether they can match that number that they've guided for. The possible SP-BSP tie-up on the cards and a string of defeats in the by-polls, the BJP has decided to revamp its Uttar Pradesh strategy for 2019 polls. Sources tell Network 18 that Amit Shah and the RSS have jointly decided to crack the whip on non-performing lawmakers in the state. The party may deny tickets to as many as half of the sitting MPs in Uttar Pradesh. So what was the trigger behind this decision? My colleague Pranshu Mishra brings us the inside story. Pranshu.
Yes, clearly it's a significant decision, and it comes out of the BJP's urge to basically, turn the fortunes or turn the political tables out here in Uttar Pradesh. We have seen that how BJP has been humiliated at least in 3 Lok Sabha constituencies of Gorakhpur, then Phulpur, and of course latest being Kairana. So clearly the BJP basically wants to ensure that when it goes to fight the election against the united opposition, the Samajwadi Party and the BSP, its own candidates on the ground should be such faces who can actually have that strength to fight the joint opposition's might. That is point number one. The other thing, of course, is that BJP clearly realizes that there is, of course, a natural undercurrent as far as the anti-incumbency is concerned, and therefore, in order to fight this anti-incumbency, it clearly wants that new faces should go, and that's the reason why when Mr. Amit Shah was here over the period of past 48 hours, he kept on meeting the party Vistaras, RSS leaders, and also the important leaders within the organization. Not much of the time was given to the elected leaders, the member of parliament across Uttar Pradesh, and the message which has gone out is very clear that performance would be the yardstick, and as of now, the most of the MPs, almost 50 out of those 71 who have won in 2014 out of 80 seats from Uttar Pradesh, they have been given this message that perform or perish. So the sources clearly say that more than 50% of the elected MPs right now in Uttar Pradesh would be replaced by the BJP. BJP will try to come out clean, fresh, fight anti-incumbency and also by this mechanism try to fight out the might or the combined strength of the joint opposition.
Okay, perform or perish. Interesting to see how the political setup in UP really pans out. But how will the market pan out and what are the cues? Well, Vijay Keria spoke to CNBC TV18's Nigel D'Souza over the weekend and said that he's fully invested. Now, he doesn't see any political risk in India and says that he's happy managing his own money. Take a listen.
I am 100% invested in this market. Okay. And ever since I am in this market, say last for 30 years, more than 30 years, there was not a single day when I was not 100% invested.
People talk about, we're getting into an election year. Crude has gone up as well. According to you, what is the biggest risk for our market now?
I don't know what is the risk. Risk is, if you can assess any risk, if you know that this is the risk, then that is not a risk. Okay. If you are talking about that maybe Modi government is a risk or crude is a risk, then I don't think that's a risk in the market because all these risks adjust itself.
But what about political risk? How big a risk is that?
See, I will give you one simple example. I don't know whether Modi government will come or not, or whoever will come. Actually, this company was ruled by Congress for ever since we got independence. I think majority of the time it was ruled by Congress. Okay. So India has so far reached whatever, as people are also saying that whatever policy this government has laid down or implemented has been laid down by the previous government. Okay. So Congress is also a tested government. Okay. BJP is actually doing something good. Okay. So I don't care. We have seen so many prime ministers. We have seen Mr. Devi Gowda also as a prime minister and so many other people from different walks of life. And at that point of time, I think as well, even the Devi Gowda government, the markets were fairly stable. That's what I'm saying. So the market actually adjusts all these things. There is one quote of mine that buy like a bull, sit like a bear and watch like an eagle.
At some point of time, would you consider going out there and managing people's money? Could that be a possibility?
I don't want to be accountable to anybody rather than just income tax. I don't want to be accountable to anybody until unless somebody gives me $5 billion.
$5 billion, then you would consider it. But for the time being, happy with what you're doing.
I'm happy with what I'm doing.
So we have markets, we have meditation, and what? Music.
Music, yeah.
So those are the 3 M's that you, your mantras in life, if I have to say.
Yeah, and 4th is my wife named Manju.
Arey, wow, fantastic. You're hitting it out of the park, sir, now. Absolutely. But tell us, I mean, music, just in the last few days, you have sung a song with some meaning. Yeah. The gist is basically buy good companies and, stay invested. And then, in fact, if the promoter is good, things will work out. Yeah. So I'm just catching you a bit off guard, but if you could sing a couple of lines of that particular song, and there's a message out there for market participants as well.
है मार्केट उसी का मुनाफा उसी का लेके भूल जाए शेयर अच्छी कंपनी का मैनेजमेंट हो ऑनेस्ट एम्बिशन न कम हो चैलेंजेस से खेलने का बाजुओं में दम हो वरना वो बजा देगा बैंड कंपनी का लेके भूल जाए शेयर अच्छी कंपनी का.
To take a check of what's happening in the world of commodities, and Manisha Gupta joins us with all the update from that space. Manisha, good morning. Well, last week we saw quite a bit of correction in crude. How are the cues looking for this week, and how is that one reacting this morning?
Well, we will continue to watch out for the development between the tensions between US, Saudi Arabia and Iran. And, of course, the global trade tensions are still on. So how do the other countries react to that is going to be quite important. For the crude itself, the important is that the spread between the two varieties has narrowed to nearly $5 per barrel. We did see it as high as $11 in the previous month. So that really shows us that there is some convergence happening here. The other things to watch, of course, would be the Powell testimony to the Congress this week. You also are looking at the U.S. inflation data coming in, and the markets are working with nearly 80% of a possibility of a September rate hike. So the global markets will take precedence over everything else. Macros will be important to watch out for. That's exactly what the metal space is also looking at. We have seen some bargain buying in the Shanghai markets right now. Last week wasn't good because it's not just the crude oil prices which declined. The base metal prices were also down between 2 to 5%. But come Asia today morning in Shanghai, almost everything seems to be in green. Not so much, but there is definite bargain buying happening around here.
All right, Manisha, thanks a lot for that. We will be watching out for all the cues coming in from that space. But let's take a look at the F&O space, how it shaped out on the Friday session. Remember, the Nifty fell off the high point of the day on Friday. So the cues coming in from the F&O space, rather amorphous, one must say, because if you take a look at the index futures data, just about 156 crore worth purchase. The FIIs are still net short on the index. The index long exposure stands at 41%. In index options to a net buy figure of just about 72 crores. But watch out for what they did in the individual instruments. That is, in index calls, there was an equal number of shorts as well as longs added as far as the FII action is concerned. Close to 3,700 long calls as against 3,600 short calls. Even in index puts, a little more long puts added as against short puts. So that's telling you that the data is still mixed, a tug between the bull as well as the bear. So where are the markers placed there? 10,800 call has the maximum open interest. That has come lower from the 11,000 call mark at the start of the series itself. 10,600 put on the second, on the lower end, continues to support the market. We continue to see some writing at the 10,700 level. 10,800 put 2 saw some bit of writing for a premium of around 120 rupees. That's telling you that near 10,700 as well as 10,680 could be a range of support. As far as 10,800 call is concerned, that one saw a writing of close to 3.5 lakh shares for a premium of 100 rupees, telling you that maybe 10,900 could be a bit of a hurdle. Watch out for IDBI Bank. That one enters the F&O ban. And some short covering seen in individual stocks, the likes of Ashok Leyland, Century Textiles, as well as Engineers India. But those are stocks as far as the F&O space is concerned. For all the other stocks that will be reacting to news and brokerage reports today, we have Sonal, who has compiled this list, joins us now. Morning.
Good morning, Mangalam. So, I'll start with Cadila Healthcare. The Zydus basically has received an approval from US FDA for oral suspension tablets. Syndicate Bank has revised MCLR and base rate with effect from July 10, that is tomorrow. AU Small Finance Bank will also be in focus. We also already spoke about it because the pre-IPO anchor lock-in ended on July 7, so we'll watch out for that stock as well. Shriram Transport will be in focus because Credit Suisse, that has removed the company from its AXJ focus list. Stock could be under pressure today. CNBC has written on Dilip Bilkon. They have increased the target price and have also upgraded the rating to add from a hold, but they think that the increasing proportion from the HAM projects will stretch its balance sheets, will also lead to lower return ratios. We'll look out for that stock today. Jefferies has written on VMart. They have increased the target price from 2,200 to 2,580. They're positive on the stock and they say that this company is the key beneficiary of the rural recovery and the recent MSP hikes. Also, like another normal monsoon will definitely be positive for this company. We'll watch out for that stock as well today.
Okay, Sonal, thank you so much for getting us that list. But on to the bullseye corner now. Our contestants this week, Richard Jain, Vishal Bimal Khan, as well as Manish Sharma, are battling it out for the strongest portfolio. Let's hear their picks for the day one of the week.
My first call today is a buy call in L&T FH with stop loss below 145 for target around 160. My second pick is a buy call in Berger Paints with stop loss below 285 for target around 315. My third call is a buy call in KTK Bank with stop loss below 106.50 for target around 118. And my last call is a buy call in MCX with stop loss below 734 for target around 789.
Bank of India, buy with a stop of 85 for targets of 95. India Cement, buy with a stop of 107 for targets of 115. SAIL, buy with a stop of 80 for targets of 87. And Reliance Capital, buy with a stop of 369 for targets of 410.
All right, and Manish Sharma's first pick is a buy on Ashok Leyland with a target of 138, stop loss placed at 127. Second pick, also a buy on Bank of Baroda with a target of 120, stop loss at 112. Third pick, a buy on Sun TV with a target of 820 rupees, stop loss placed at 770. Last pick though is a sell on Cadila Health with a target of 372 rupees and